look pretty good. That's tight. That's about as clear as you can get it, ain't it? Is it buffering? Braxton, hold on just a second. Oh, I found out what the static is. It's the cell phone in this little battery-operated daggum thing. Yes. That ain't it. How did you find it? I can't even get it daggum. How in the world did you get? How did you get it? There we go. No, that's not even it. You got it though? Oh, there it is. I'm just getting set up. We're getting everything ready to go for the coaches show here in just a little bit. All right, I gotta get that level something. That don't. Does that line? Does that look straight to you when I look at that? Don't that look pretty good? Okay, I just want to make sure. No. This is what's going out on the airways. So I just want to make sure it's framed. My camera's balanced. You know, I hadn't looked at it. All right. Let me play around with this a little bit. We'll go live with Coach's Show at 6:30. What time is it? Anybody out there know what time it is? Oh, we got 4 minutes. I got to get going. This is the JV game if you're watching. These fans down here are nuts. We've been listening to them. I shall say that. They're just really active. I mean, they are chewing the refs out. Y'all think I'm bad? I ain't hold a candlestick to these people. I do not hold a candlestick to these people out here. They are rough. Oh, man. Uh-oh. That don't look too bad, I guess. Wait a minute, that's not it. There it is, right there. All right, Coach's Show.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Guys, hey, I'm Jen.
Hey, football. Tradition is where.
Well, if you haven't.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Coach Watson's off. We will not be covering it. That's Pensacola. And then on the 8th and 9th, Thursday and Friday, you've got Pace and Niceville. 3 tough games right there. Boom.
Yeah, it's a tough stretch. Like I said, the other night was huge because I think we got 5 road games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, it's a tough little stretch. So we'll really kind of find out who we are in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, you've got 4 and 4, and one in the middle is Milton at home.
That's right.
So, but then you've got everything's at 7 except your Pace game, Santa Rosa County for some reason. No, there's 2 there. Wait a minute. You've got Pace and Pensacola. Oh, that's right. It's Gambia and Santa Rosa.
I think they get out of school later, so they like to start later. Yeah.
Okay. So those 2 games
will be at 7:30 and at Niceville. That should be a packed gym for you
I
guys.
think so, yeah. They beat Rutherford the other night, which is kind of surprising. So I mean, they're going to be better.
And then you have Milton at home, Navarre, Choctaw, Gulf Breeze, and then the Christmas week you have the Fort Walton Beach tourney, which I think that's been going on for a long time.
It's been going on.
Yeah,
it's a good tournament, man.
There's
There's people from Georgia, Kentucky, out of town, so we'll play some different teams.
And then starting January the 5th, you have a pretty good schedule as far as being home. You have 2 homes, then an away, 2 more homes, 2 aways, 3 more homes, just 1 away, and you end up with 2 home games before the tournament starts.
Yeah.
So that really looks like that favors you as far as
it does. Like if we can just maintain early, and not just lose a bunch in a row, then we'll be fine. Because I feel like we obviously you're going to play better at home. So I think that little January stretch, as long as we continue to do what we're supposed to do, we should have a good and like I said, like I told you the other night, with all of our football guys and even just new guys playing varsity basketball, we're going to get better as time goes on.
Most all your games are Thursday, Friday, back to back. You only got 2 Monday games. You have a couple Tuesday games, but most of them Thursday, Friday. Is that beneficial, or does it matter? Or?
It doesn't. I mean, I don't like to play on Mondays because you can't practice on Sundays at church, and we don't. So I don't.
Right.
You don't want to. It's hard to play on a Monday unless you just have to. So.
I like that. I like that. That's
yeah.
A good
so
call.
I'd rather play Thursday, Friday than Monday.
Get a couple practices in.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I do that.
That's really a smart. I'll tell you, as I look at your schedule, that's probably the greatest asset of all of this that's going on is that you've loaded your week at the end so you can practice in the front
and in
end.
the district tournament, if we're fortunate enough to advance after the first round, we play back to back, so it kind of gets us used to doing that. Now it's hard during the year if you're on school night and you got to go to Pensacola on a Thursday night, you don't get back till 11 o'clock, and you got to get up and go to school Friday and play. I mean, it's kind of tiring, but it just gets the kids used to doing that. Just
can the kids, if they're good about going to school, I mean, they could miss a day if they've got. You get like 9 days, I think.
Yeah, sometimes they'll. If we're back after a certain time at night, they get like school leave, which is basically an excused absence for a couple periods. Yeah, so
that's good.
Yeah,
you had a good crowd for the first game.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
And Tate brought some people over. Probably 400 people total, 500 maybe.
I think so.
I mean, it wasn't quite a playoff.
No, it wasn't packed by any means, but for a Tuesday night, in November, yeah, absolutely.
Not a lot of advertisement. It was good. I thought the kids overall, like you said, came out of diversity well by turning the ball over, but hanging in.
Yeah.
And following through and pushing through.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I told them. There's so many negatives that as the game's going on and it's getting tight and we're making mistakes, but you got to give them credit too for hanging in and making enough plays to win.
Any one guy you saw playing that you went, he may be better this year, or he may produce more than I thought, or is it? Are you there yet?
I don't think I'm there yet. No, Makai, like I said, I expect him to be great, and he's got to continue to do that. But the other guys, and there's some guys that didn't play a lot of minutes that are going to play, and that's what I told them after the game. It's game.
Sitting there the whole game, they're never emotionally involved.
Right.
I think most fans like to see the coaches emotionally involved. To be honest with
you. Everybody's different, like you said, but I me off the court. I'm one of the most laid back people that you'll ever meet, but. Just when I get on the court, I'm intense, I'm passionate, and I just want my guys to understand that I got their backs and I'm there for them. And sometimes, it's probably a little too much, and I've gotten a couple technical fouls over the years. But it's just I just care. I'm just passionate about it.
So for the people that don't know Greg Watson, give us a little history lesson of how you became the head coach here. What did that look like growing up? In your school days, did you play ball? What did you do? Where was you at? And how did you get here?
Yeah, I grew up in Huntsville, Alabama. North Alabama is actually about 5 miles from the Tennessee state line.
They got a new Buc-ee's, by the way.
Do they?
Right there at Athens.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
30 minutes from where I grew up. So, anyways, I played basketball and baseball in high school. So I ended up getting a college scholarship to Lipscomb University. It's in Nashville, Tennessee. So I played there for 4 years, and I ended up, started as a point guard and shooting guard. Loved it. Loved Nashville. It's a great city. I mean, it's grown so much since I've been when I was there. But anyways, so after college, I moved back to Alabama and just started coaching. I wanted to be a teacher and a coach, and started coaching. I was an assistant and coaching JV, and then I got my varsity job 3 or 4 years after I first started. So I was like 25 when I got my. Anyways, I had a buddy, Brad Phillips. He's a pitching coach at South Alabama now. He used to be the coach at Nicefield, baseball coach, a long time ago. And I know we don't like to say Nicefield, but that was back before all that was going on, I think.
Sure.
But he's
they've always been fishy.
Yeah, so we played baseball together in high school, so we were good friends, like we were boys. But he just told me, he said, "Man, you need to move down here. You would love it down here." Because I don't like cold weather. I like the beach and stuff. But
golf.
So, anyways, I just happened to see that the Crestview basketball job was open. So I said, I'm going to apply for it. Why not? Just kind of on a whim, and ended up applying for the job. Came down and met with Mr. Jones, was the principal at the time, and Coach Buckaloo, that was at Shoal forever. He was in on the interview. So, anyways, they ended up offering me the job, and at the time, school had already started in Alabama. This is weird. So my school wouldn't let me leave because I would break a contract. They were threatening to take my certificate and all kinds of stuff. So, anyways, they hired a guy here, and he only stayed for 1 year, so the job came back open. So and in the summertime, so I applied again and came down and met with Mr. Day in Hatton. It was Hatton's very first year here. And so I took the job, moved down, and like I said, I love it here. It's a great place, good people. I've met some really good people. But it's just what I love about Crestview is, like, the coaches. I can't even explain, like, the football coaches, the baseball coaches, Coach Gillis. Like, we all have such a great relationship that other schools sometimes don't have. Like, when I first started coaching back when I was in my 20s and I was young, I just all I cared about was basketball. So I kind of didn't want my kids to play football because I wanted them. It was about me. Now that I'm older, it's about the school and the kids.
And all the coaches here are your age or a little older, maybe.
Yeah, we all have. It's just we're friends. We're not just colleagues. We're actual friends. So it's just an awesome place, man. I can't describe it.
And I bet you we have a few kids that play 3 sports.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, we do.
And y'all work together, and,
yes.
and because
we don't
you're
get
friends,
jealous. We want everybody
to
succeed. Like I said, in football, if they would have went to the state championship game, it would have hurt my season a little bit. But I hope they, I hope they win a state. I hope they go as far as they can go every year. So it's a great place.
That's right. And listen, we the year that you had the Voices and won the state, I think the football team, is that the year
they went to the Final Four?
They went to the Final Four and got beat by Armwood, so they didn't do much for you the first couple of weeks.
This is what happened, to be honest with you. I remember they played on, I'm pretty sure, that Friday after Thanksgiving.
That's right.
And we had a tournament in Gulf Shores on that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I remember calling the coach and said, "Coach, listen, if we win, then we can't play because I won't have enough. But if they lose tonight, then we'll come over there and we won't have any practice." And we ended up, they lost, and we went to Gulf Shores on Monday with 0 practices and started playing. Like, they didn't get hardly any practice time.
Wow.
So
how did y'all do over there?
Yeah, we won. We went 2-1. But that year we were 26-6 when we won the state. But I think we only had like 2 losses from like January the 5th on. Like, it's just like this. We're gonna struggle early. It's part of it. It's just, you just got to understand. It's gonna take a time to gel and for them to play together and for them to learn and correct mistakes and all that kind of stuff.
A lot of basketball teams, they're just basketball only. Those kids don't want to play football because they're slender built, tall, and most of them won't play. But a lot of our kids here over the years have done both, and I think I think it probably helps them in
I
the
do
long
too.
run, don't you?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Whether it's being physical, under the boards,
Well,
or
I see
hustle.
articles every year about, a lot of the guys that get drafted to the NFL. I mean, 95% of them play multiple sports, whether it's basketball or track or something. So, it just, when you focus on one sport, you're working solely those muscles that, correlate with that sport. When you play multiple sports, you're using different muscles. You're like in basketball, we're running sprints, and they don't necessarily have to do that in football or baseball.
Right. Right.
So it's you're just doing more and working more muscles, and you're competing. That's the big thing with kids these days. You just want them to compete. So with them playing football, they're going out there every Friday night and they're competing against somebody.
Right.
They're trying to win. So then they have that mindset of trying to win and compete. So
yeah. Have you coached other things like golf or no? Or
yeah, I coach golf still. I helped with football here my first
yep.
few years. I used to help with baseball back in my Alabama days. So
yeah. So tips off at 7 o'clock, right? 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
If you want to catch you gonna have 3 games down there.
Yeah, 3 games starting at 4.
4 o'clock.
4,
That's
5:30,
the varsity. The freshman.
Freshman JV.
JV.
Yep.
So, real quick, give me an idea of what you think you've got in the next 3 or 4 years, just looking right now at just raw talent.
I like them. I mean, we got a good group. We won all 3 games the other night, so that's a positive. But
that JV was a real exciting one.
It was a good game. So and the freshmen won. So we got a good young group. So I think we're going to be very competitive.
Our feeder schools are doing pretty good.
Yes. We got a good group, man. And then, like I said, I know Davidson this year is very good, very talented. I know the Tasson kid that played, the quarterback for him in the county championship game. He's a basketball player. He's a really good player. So like I said, we got some good young talent. So we should be competitive for the next few years
and keep our kids here. As
here.
we win, I think that's just the kids want to come.
I think
to
so.
School,
I think
right?
when me and Haddon first kind of got here, we there was kids that were leaving and going to Niceville and going to other places, and I think as it's slowed down some. It happens, but it's not near as often as it used to because we've been successful for the most part. So when you're successful, most of the time they're not gonna leave unless they're just somebody in their ear.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the people that a lot of your people here now. I would say maybe even over 50%. This is not their home.
Right.
They're just coming through, for 4 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever it could be. So,
you're right.
But anyways, I think you're doing a great job, and I know you love your job. And besides the 19 state run, what was the next closest year you?
Well, my very first year here, we won the district championship, and we went to the Elite Eight. And my second year, we won a district championship, and then went to the Elite Eight. And so this is my ninth year here. So I think we've won 4 or 5 district championships. We won a state championship in 2019. We've went to the Elite Eight 3 times, Sweet 16, I think 6 times. So we've had a successful run.
Quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Year,
so
right?
I know we had the year after we won the state. We were really, really young. I started a freshman that year, so we only won 4 games. So that was a really struggling year. But other than that year, we've been pretty successful.
There.
Yeah,
that's good. Appreciate it, Coach. We'll see you Friday night.
All right, buddy. Sounds good.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
And we are down at Fort Walton Beach, the home of the Vikings, and had a real good game. If you've been on YouTube, and appreciate you joining us live tonight on WAZ 104.7, The Good Country. We are stuck over here in the bleachers of the home side, and there is and there is a lot of folks here. I can't believe the turnout.
Pretty good turnout Friday night, obviously, but
yeah, that's right.
Pretty good. pretty good crowd on our side anyway.
It is. And so what's going to happen if you're on YouTube tonight, you can go to WAZ, WJSB, and find our YouTube. And also we posted it on Facebook, the Good Country's Facebook page, the link. But you can find us pretty easy if you'd like to watch the game also. But we're going to have people, it looks like the way they've got it situated, maybe have some people in the screen, but we're going to do the very best we can. Fort Walton comes in 1-2. We called the game Tuesday night, and Bulldogs won a close one in overtime. Your thoughts about that game? Coach just talked about it. Got a lot of work.
A lot of work, a lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes. But you expect that early in the year, and I know you can tell by talking to him, he's excited about this group.
He is.
Where they can be at the end of the year.
He is. Well, just real quick, let's go over what Fort Walton's players has done. They're 1-2. Let's just look at their go-getters, or leading go-getters. That's going to be Hines. He's a senior. He's averaging right at 20 points a game. That's pretty impressive. Now, our guy, Thomas, scored, I think Coach said, 23 against Tate. Wasn't it 23?
Jones.
Jones,
Yep.
I'm sorry, Jones, yep. And he's averaging about, so Hines is at 20 points a game with 6 rebounds. Evans, another senior, comes in. He has 12 points a game and about 4 rebounds. One more guy that's almost double digits, 9 points a game the last 3 games. He's getting 3 rebounds. Their biggest rebound guy is the top scorer, Hines. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays. If he's playing, he's their, I guess, small guard or forward type of player. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does tonight against the Bulldogs. You heard Coach talk about it. We got to clean up our act just a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of time. Our 2019 state run, we had 6 losses, and a lot of them come before Christmas.
Yeah,
that's just part of it.
Nobody's playing their best ball right now. You don't really want to be playing your best ball.
Right.
You want that to come later in the season. And, so I expect improvement tonight, though.
Yep. Next week, they have 3 games. I was talking to Coach about his schedule, and Coach likes to book most of his games Thursday and Friday. And the main reason is because they get to practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right. They only have 2 Monday games and 2 Tuesday games, I think, on the schedule out of 22 games. Yeah. Most of them are Thursday and Friday. Well, next week, Monday game is Pensacola. WAZ will not be going over to Pensacola for that game. But then you have Pace and Niceville Thursday and Friday night, respectively. What a tough schedule next week. PHS, Pace, and Niceville. That'll be a tough one. And Coach even talked about it. Hey, a tough schedule for the Dogs. New district, but a tough schedule. How about Andalusia Bulldogs winning state 4A last week, or maybe it was this week. I don't know.
Very recently,
yeah. Maybe it was last night. I think it was. But Bulldogs beat them last year, wanted to schedule them the first game. That's why we was in Kissimmee, because they backed out or whatever the reason they didn't want to play us. They wanted to find someone else. I think they got opt the first week. But congratulations to Andalusia. They're in our coverage area. But tonight the Bulldogs take on the 1-2 Vikings. The JV, I don't know what the 9th grade team did, but JV won, I believe, by about 7 or 8 points. If you don't mind sharing and liking either the Facebook, if you're on Facebook with your link, or the YouTube, grab it, share it, appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll have tip-off here in just a moment.
This is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/JoeyTheJeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
Listen up. Do you need a new roof? Do you need roof repair? Well, I have a company just for you, CQ Roofing. Hometown roofer since 1999. They're state licensed and insured. Chris Courier, the owner, is born and raised right here in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years, specializing in shingles and metal. Give them a call, 850-683-4169, or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been vested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
Hey football fans, it's Greg Watson here. You know, the thing about playing a rookie in the most important games is you can expect maximum effort and maximum appreciation for the playing time. Well, I'm your rookie realtor, well coached by the most knowledgeable and experienced people in town at Till & Waters. But with rookie commitment, rookie energy, dedication, and eagerness to give it my all and to get us both real estate wins. Whenever you're considering buying or selling real estate, I hope you would think of Greg Watson. Go to gregwatsonrealestate.com for all the listings in your area.
Tradition is where our roots are planted. From humble beginnings based on affordable, trustworthy service, Brackney Funeral Service has grown into a reliable resource your family can depend on. Rooted in our traditions, we stay firmly connected to the families we serve and the care we provide. We continue serving all faiths and families in the only way we know how, by staying true to our heritage. Brackney Funeral Service is locally owned and operated by Terry Brackney, Highway 90 East in Crestview. Call 683-9898.
Farron Campbell Construction has been in business since 1998. If you need a roof replacement or a new roof on your commercial or residential property, give Farron Campbell Construction a call at 850-826-0810. You can also follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Farron Campbell Construction for all your roofing needs.
Well, if you haven't heard by now, we have a paintball tank park. It's the only thing like it in this part of the country. You heard me right. Tank park. Get in a tank, shoot paintballs. This is a great opportunity for the whole family, for groups. You want to do team building, take them out to Baker and climb in a tank and shoot paintballs. Birthday party, shoot paintballs. Get in a tank and have some fun. Go to their Facebook page and book an appointment at Oddball Tactics.
It's getting loud here. Like you said, packed, almost, well, not quite a packed house, but it is Friday night.
I think I figured out a reason why we got maybe some more spectators here tonight. It looks like they have the cheerleaders are doing like something with the younger kids, and I'm sure all those parents are here.
Well, real quick, like before we get tip-off, let's go over the stats. I'm going to let you go over the stats for the game for Crestview, and I got to clear out that coach's show so I don't have to worry about skipping it, okay? You're the guy. I brought the talent in from football. Corey, complete sentence. Corey McSween.
We're about to have the complete national anthem here in about 45 seconds.
Well, hurry.
From last game, Jones, a junior, had 23. Michael Carson had 12. Cecil Purdue had 10. Closser had 9. And Stewart and Phillips both added 5.
I thought about that. Klausner, you remember he hit those spots. When he hit them, he only had 9 points, but they come at a very crucial time.
Right. And
how about can you go to the rebounds or no? Or
rebounds had 2 with 9. That was Closser and Purdue.
Hold on.
Hello, this.
Or Closser and Carson. Excuse me.
That's me. You good?
Jones had another 7. We did have 11 steals on the game. And we're standing for the national anthem.
We're going to have the national anthem right now. Y'all bear with us. Here we go. National anthem. I love the renditions where it's fast, a nice big sound of the national anthem gives you goosebumps. Well, we're going to get to the starting lineup in just a second, but my prediction is for the Bulldogs is going to be Jones, Carson, Purdue, Clouser, Stewart probably, and for the Vikings, they're going to announce it. How about that?
Well, they paid that guy for something.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Didn't you say he was professional?
Right. They have a professional DJ I talked to him. He's a contractor. Yep. There's the big man. Jones. Woo, we got heads. We'll get it. And the Fort Walton Beach Vikings now going to be called out. Remember, complete sentence, you're on the radio tonight, so. Number 4, Russensack. 23, Iverson. Not the Iverson, but Iverson. And then 13 is Starks. Wow. So Evans and Kaiser, who scored second and they scored 12 and 9 respectively, are not starting tonight. So here we go. We're about to have tip-off. And again, the Bulldogs taking on the Vikings. If you're just tuning in on the radio station or getting with us here on YouTube, share and like it. Give us if you are got my phone number handy, 850-682-1177. Why don't you tell me how many points you think your team's going to win by and win a free buffet down at the restaurant? How about that? 850-682. I'll let it roll for about 4 or 5 minutes. And in basketball, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
Because there's going to be a lot of scoring. Different angle. Y'all bear with me. We're going to do our very best on this angle. It's a little flat. The stands here are small on the home and visitors, but if you'll remember in the Vikings Stadium, you've got sort of a behind the basket stands. Here we go. Here's the tip. Big Mike. And Vikings.
Vikings win the tip, and they're looking to score first here. In the early part of the game, the Bulldogs coming out in a man defense. And the Vikings will try their first three of the night. And it's good. Vikings take the early 3-0 lead, and they're going to start off in a full-court man press. Jones trying to work it across half court, and he does. Picks up his dribble. Bulldogs trying to set up their offense. Vikings also in a man defense. Bulldogs find a cutter to the basket for two. That was number 2, Stewart, with the layup. The Vikings once again for 3 off the mark, but is going to get fouled by Parks on the play. Number 13 for the Vikings will go to the line to shoot 3. And that's Starks.
Y'all, I've got a new system on the scoring. Y'all notice it's the old football. First one's good. And so if you're watching, y'all bear with me on the score. We'll get it right. We'll get it caught up sometime during the game.
Starks makes the second one. He's got one more. And Starks misses the last one, rebounded by the Vikings, and was going out of bounds and throws it off a Bulldog defender. So the Vikings will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. They get it in over in the far corner. Taking it to the basket now. That's number 3 with the layup. And your phone locked out. So number 3 for the Vikings with the layup. Brings the score Vikings 7, Bulldogs 2. It will be Bulldogs ball once it's whistled back in play. The Vikings stay in a full court man press. Jones taking the ball across half court. Finds Parks out on the perimeter. Back to Jones. Over to Stewart. Stewart loses the handle for a second. Parks with the ball now, and he's going to pull up from about the free throw line. Doesn't find the mark. Vikings quickly back down the floor. And number 3 for the Vikings misses the layup, and we're going to get a foul on the Vikings. So the Bulldogs will be inbounding the ball below the Vikings basket. Purdue trying to work the ball across half court. It's going to get fouled. Vikings pick up another foul on that man press. 6:13 left to go in the first quarter.
Little surprising
Vikings
that.
on top, 7-2.
Yep, very surprising there.
Jones with the ball now. He's going to pass it over to Big Mike at the top of the key, and he tries to find Jones on Purdue on a backdoor play, and was unable to handle the pass. Turned over by the Bulldogs. Vikings miss the layup. Bulldogs in transition. Stewart
Big Mike
misses the three-pointer, but rebounded by Michael Carson, and then the putback is good for 2. We're going to have a foul called now on the Dogs. That's their second team foul. It's a shooting foul, and it's going to bring the Vikings to the free throw line.
Again, good crowd here tonight.
First free throw attempt is good. Moves the score is Viking 8, Bulldogs 4.
Taking his time at the line. Boom.
He's going to knock them both down. Sends the Viking lead 9-4. Stewart receives the inbound. He's going to hit Purdue in the corner. Passes up the shot, gives it off to Parks. Parks drives the lane and is going to turn that ball over out of bounds. Vikings will take over Crestview has yet to use a press so far in the early going. 5:25 and counting left to go in the first. And the Vikings are going to get called for traveling.
Bulldogs a little flat coming out.
Bulldogs
early.
inbound the ball. Jones over to Stewart. Back to Jones trying to break the press. They went into more of a 1-2-2 zone press now, and they're trying to trap Purdue. Unable to do so, but they do get the turnover off a bad pass by Stewart. And he'll pick up a blocking foul in transition. And number 21 for the Vikings will go back to the line to shoot two.
We talked about it on the way down here, Corey, that if coaches are going to look at the film on the Bulldogs, until they can learn how to break the press or find the guys that are open or whatever, get the guys in the right places, they're going to press the Bulldogs.
They do not call it a shooting foul, actually, so they inbounded underneath the basket for the Vikings. They're working the ball around the perimeter. Bulldogs still in that man defense. Trying to drive in the lane by the Vikings. It's going to go off on a Bulldog defender. Ball will remain with the Vikings.
Well, that Michael went off on White. But what do I know?
Ball successfully inbounded by the Vikings. They're going to shoot it for three over here on the left wing. And it's good. Moves the score. Vikings 12, Bulldogs 4. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs have the ball across half court. Purdue has it on the left wing, driving towards the basket. Tries to put it up, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs, but taken away by the Vikings. The Vikings now moving the ball up the court. Number 23 going up for the layup, unable to connect. Bulldog rebounded by Stewart. Stewart picks up his dribble, able to find Jones across half court. And we're going to have double dribble called on Jones. So the Vikings will take over around half court.
Little surprise early on, 12-4 by the Vikings pressing and hitting their shots, getting the turnovers early in this game. Bulldogs will have to find a solution quick or it might get out of hand for the Dogs.
The Vikings working the ball around the perimeter. And the ball is almost stolen by the Bulldogs. Now picked back up. Still looking for an open shot. Driving baseline now is the Vikings. And he's going to get called for traveling. Dogs will take over possession. Stewart inbounding the ball now. And they're setting up now in a 1-2-2 press, zone press.
Yeah. 3:42 left here in the first quarter. Bulldogs down 12-4 to the Vikings. Look at here. One, like you said, 1-2.
The 1-2-2 zone. They're trying to trap in the corner, and they're going to pick up another foul on that press. That's their 13th foul. It's a non-shooting foul. Bulldogs will inbound the ball around half court over on the far side. Stewart looking for somebody. He's going to find Blackwell. Blackwell over to Jones. Jones at the top of the key. Trying to set up something. He's having a hard time getting off the Viking defender, and the Viking defender is going to pick up another foul on the tight defensive coverage. So now we have the Viking roster. We'll try to get some more names out to you guys. Jones inbounds the ball to Blackwell. Blackwell taking it across half court. Now back over to Jones. Finds Big Mike at the top of the key looking for a backdoor cutter. Doesn't find him. Give and go to Big Mike, and he's going to pick up a charge on the give and go, trying to go hard up to the basket. Vikings take over. Hence bringing the ball up court. for the Vikings. Vikings trying to set up a set play here. 2:50 left to go in the first. Bulldogs down 12-4.
I think the Bulldogs better put some points on the board quick to get out of this funk that they're in. And that's that.
Thompson throws the ball away. Bulldogs will take over. It's been a while since we've had a Bulldog score.
Yep.
Blackwell taking the ball up for the Dogs. That time, FortWalton Beach not pressing. And they're going to have another foul on FortWalton Beach. That's going to be their 5th team foul, I believe, already here in the first quarter.
Well, that's going to help the Bulldogs down the run if the Bulldogs can continue to pick up some fouls.
Ball's inbounded to Stewart. Stewart over to Blackwell. Blackwell finds Clauser in the corner, and they try to work the ball inside to Big Mike. Ball's batted away by the Vikings. Possession stays with the Dogs, and they'll inbound it from beyond, underneath their own basket. Stewart gets the ball into Jones. Jones fakes out the defender, tries to hit for a long two off the mark. The putback's no good by Stewart. Big Mike finds the rebound, and we're going to find a wide open Jones. Stewart to Jones for the two. Brings the score to 12-6. Vikings on top. Vikings trying to set a play up here with 1:45 left to go in the first quarter. They find themselves up 6. And the Bulldogs find a turnover off an errant pass by the Vikings. Blackwell with the ball now, driving it all the way to the lane. Ball's going to get knocked out of his hands as he goes up for the layup. Knocks out of bounds. Bulldogs retain possession.
6-12, Bulldogs are down with 1:31 left here in the first quarter, down to the Vikings.
Blackwell taking the ball in for the Dogs. Tries to find Clauser. Clauser does a good job to get the contested pass. Finds Jones. Jones unable to connect. The Vikings quickly back down the floor trying to hit the floater, and does. That's number 21 Evans for 2. Pushes the score. Vikings 14, Bulldogs 6. Johnson for the Dogs drives and kicks to Jones, and Jones finally able to hit a nice open 3 for the Dogs. Cuts the Viking lead to 5. 50 seconds left to go here in the first. Rustin Shack?
Yeah.
Rustin Shack with the ball at the top of the key. He's going to find someone in the corner, passes up the shot, and now we're swinging the ball back up top for the Vikings. And that's going to be a corner 3 taken off the backboard, top of the backboard, rebounded by Jones for the Dogs. 25 seconds left to go. Jones to Blackwell, and Blackwell's going to get fouled driving in to the lane.
We got to be close.
That's
what is it,
their
10?
6th team foul of the quarter. So almost no given that they're going to be in bonus. Probably pretty on in the second.
No timeouts. This quarter went by pretty quick, a lot faster than the first game. I can tell you that right now.
Inbounds the ball to Johnson. Johnson back over to Blackwell. Blackwell works it around the perimeter to Goodman. Goodman back over to Johnson. Johnson has the ball at the top of the key. The Dogs with 12 seconds are trying to set up the last shot. Here down 5. Blackwell drives in the lane, dishes it off.
Oh, you got to make that.
To Knox.
Yes!
Knox beats the buzzer with a putback, his own putback, and that'll bring the first quarter to an end. Vikings on top, 14-11.
It's Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
And we are back coming out of first quarter. Bulldogs brought it back. I think they were down by, 8 at one time, 12-4.
Yeah.
And it's 14-11 starting the second quarter down here in FortWalton Beach. Great crowd tonight for a Friday night basketball game just starting the season. Of course, no football. There's only 3 football teams. Bulldogs take it out. Down the court, I'll give it over to Corey at this time.
And Knox is with it. With the top of the key, he's going to dish it off to Johnson. Johnson drives, kicks it to Phillips. Phillips takes it back over to Blackwell. And the Dogs are working the ball around the perimeter now. Blackwell drives and kicks over to Goodman.
Yes.
Goodman tries to take the pass and drive, and he's going to get fouled on that drive. And I believe that's going to be 1-1 for the Dogs.
Yep. What I was going to say is there's only 3 teams in Northwest Florida that's playing football. That's Northview taking on Lake Butler.
Yeah, excuse me, it isn't 1-1. Bulldogs are taking the ball out. We're going to find Goodman in the corner, dished off to Johnson, and Johnson's going to go up for a layup and get fouled. So he'll go to the line.
Now he'll go to the line. And Bluntstown and Sneeze, that's the only 3 teams in Northwest Florida that is playing tonight. So basketball is alive and well down here for FortWalton, I can tell you that.
Johnson's first attempt misses.
Wholesale change-out. We got 4 subs. No, never mind. I wasn't paying attention. They went over there and talked to the coach. I'm like, wow.
Johnson setting for his second attempt here. And that's also off the mark. Rebounded by Russenschak for the Vikings. Gets it across court. And Hintz is going to try the floater. No good. Rebounded by the Dogs. The Vikings full court pressure. Blackwell gets the ball across half court, pulls up at the free throw line, and is able to find the jumper. Cuts the Viking lead to 1. 14-13 Vikings. Now the Bulldogs come out in a zone press and are able to force a Viking turnover right off the bat. Or actually, the Vikings called a timeout right before that turnover.
Right before the turnover. We'll be right back. Listen up. Do you need a new roof? Do you need roof repair? Well, I have a company just for you, CQ Roofing. Hometown roofer since 1999. They're state licensed and insured. Chris Corrier, the owner, is born and raised right here in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years, specializing in shingles and metal. Give them a call, 850-683-4169, or visit their website at cqroofing.com. And we are back. Bulldogs down 14-13, closing the gap on the Vikings.
Vikings inbound the ball to number 11, Thompson. Thompson trying to set something up at the top of the key. The Bulldogs stay in that man defense. Vikings working the ball around the perimeter. Hintz going to let a 3 go. No good. Rebounded by the Vikings. That's Russian snack on the rebound. Puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound and then gets fouled trying to put up the comeback.
2-3, a long rebound.
He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
First shot, no good. Look like a bunch of Shaquille O'Neals out here, like last game we called.
And we got a new player.
It's got people running all over the court.
Running on the court.
Second shot finds the mark, extends the Viking lead to 2. 15-13, 6:25 left to go in the first half. Vikings go back to that zone press. Bulldogs trying to break it. Finally get a ball across half court. Blackwell driving. Nowhere to go. Kicks it back out to Johnson. And we're going to get another whistle. This time on the Dogs for a charge. That's number 13, Jacob Moulton. They get for a foul. The Vikings will take back over. Bulldogs once again not pressing.
You know, if Presley's successful, you're trying to not gas them so early, maybe. I don't know.
Vikings, number 3, trying to drive, and they're going to get the Dogs with something.
Reach in or something? Or
I don't know. I've never seen that hand signal.
I've never seen that hand signal. That's a new one on me.
The Vikings inbound the ball below their own basket. They get the ball in to number 21, Evans. Evans finds number 11 down low, unable to finish. Bulldogs, Big Mike with the rebound. Johnson trying to run over to Moulton in the corner. Moulton driving baseline, kicks it out, and they're going to call another charge on Moulton.
Have you noticed a lot of new faces in this game for the Bulldogs? I heard you say Moulton, and now we've got another 30 and 20, or 30 for sure, right?
Bulldogs coming out in a press now. Zone press, 2-2-1 look for the Dogs.
Tad Foley. The number 30. I think this is his first appearance, isn't it?
Vikings get the ball inbounded.
There's the press. I think we should do this. Absolutely.
And they break it rather easily. And we'll shoot a layup. That's number 21, Evans, for 2.
What did you say, a way to break the press?
You start shooting layups on them, they get out of it pretty quickly.
Yep.
That moves the Viking lead to 5. And the Viking press turns it over. The Dogs turn it over on the Viking press. That's Hintz with the steal and the score. The layup, rather, brings the score Vikings 19, Dogs 13. Jones has the ball now across half court, getting trapped. Tries a long pass across court over to Johnson. Johnson turns the ball over on the baseline. Now the Vikings in transition. That's number 11 with the steal, Thompson. Vikings turn it back over. Number 20, Phillips on the steal, and is going to get fouled going up to the basket. So send him to the line for 2 to try to cut it into this Viking lead.
Wow. Well, listen, you know, when you look at the teams around here, I don't think you have any Miami teams, and it's going to take a few games for all these teams to start greasing up and looking good and not a lot of turnovers. But the problem with that game last night, first one's a miss, number 20. Who is that now?
Phillips.
When you have 26 turnovers, and most of them because of the press, coaches are going to see that, and they're going to press you. They're going to just say, hey, we're going to make you beat this.
Second shot finds the mark. Brings the score Vikings 19, Bulldogs 14. Bulldogs drop back, letting the Vikings take the ball across half court. Number 4 for the Vikings, that's Russian Shake. I don't know, something like that. He's going to pass the ball off to Evans for the Vikings. Kicks it over to the corner. Vikings driving the lane, finding a layup. Good, that's Womack for 2. Extends the Viking lead to 7, 3:55 and counting left to go in the first half. Bulldogs find themselves down 7 points. And almost another Bulldog turnover. Purdue has the ball now. He's going to pull up from the elbow, and that ball is going to go in and out. Rebounded, though, by Stewart. Back over to Purdue, and he's going to get fouled going up for a shot. So Purdue will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Bulldogs have got to, if they're going to go to the line early like this, they've got to start hitting these baskets to stay in this ball game. Now, they was down 8 in the first quarter. They're down 7 now. 3:35 left here in the second quarter. Vikings are up, but did you say Purdue's at the line?
Yep.
Purdue's at the line. Shooting 2 here. We need both of them, Purdue.
First one misses the mark.
Misses the mark. Appreciate everybody tuned in tonight on WAZ 104.7. If you'd like to watch it, we're on YouTube, and the link is on Facebook, on our Facebook page at The Good Country.
Purdue knocks down the second, brings the score Vikings 21, Bulldogs 15. Bulldogs trying to go into a press, broken by the Vikings. Womack brings the ball up court, almost turned over that time by the Dogs. And this time that's Foley with the steal that time. Stewart with the ball at the top of the key, driving to the lane, tries to find Foley on the dump off, and they're going to call that ball out of bounds on the Dogs. Big Mike checks back in for the Dogs, and they're going to stay in a man press, full court man press look. Vikings able to break that, driving baseline now, and that shot is going to be blocked, but they're going to get called for a foul.
That looked clean, but who am I?
Number 11, Jones, called for the foul, and Evans, I believe, for the Vikings. What number is that?
Man, you asking the wrong guy.
My God, it's 20 feet.
Well, he turned sideways. It could be number
12.
Number 12.
That's Stuckey. Knocks down the first one.
As in Stuckey's the gas station?
Yep.
Okay. Thought you said Bucky's there for a second.
And he'll knock down both of them. Actually, that was number 13. Starch for the Vikings. Knocks down both his free throws. Extends the Viking lead to 8. Bulldogs in transition for a corner 3. No good. Rebounded by the Vikings. The Vikings quickly back up the court now. 2:44 and counting left to go in the first quarter. And another good lay by Womack. Takes it on the off the glass for 2.
Makes it 25, a 10-point lead now.
Jones driving the lane, and he's going to find 2 points that time. Cuts the lead back down to 8.
That.
Vikings working the ball inside again. Evans unable to connect. Ball is rebounded by Phillips. Phillips does dribble it up court, tries to find Jones, and Jones is going to get fouled, and we are at least at 1-1.
Yeah, we're at 1-1. I know that because what do you think? Is it 2 now, or it's got to be? It may be close.
It's 1-1 right now.
Is that double line on? No, there'll be a 2 B's in there, I think.
Jones is shooting for the Dogs at 1-1.
Good crowd here tonight down in the Viking Stadium. Oh, I guess it is 2.
He is shooting 2.
It is shooting 2.
Misses the first one. 2:05 left to go in the first half. Bulldogs down 25-17 here in FortWalton. Jones knocks down the second one. Bulldogs stay in a press look off the inbound. Vikings able to get the ball across half court. Driving baseline now where the Vikings picks up his dribble. Able to get it back out to the left wing, the near wing, Ball's back at the top of the key for the Vikings. Almost lost the handle, did Womack there at the top of the key. Now he's going to drive and try to hit a floater from around the free throw line. Shot's going to miss the mark. Rebounded by the Dogs. And the Dogs now trying. Stewart gets it across half court to Clauser. Clauser goes up and is going to get called for another charge. That's 3 charges on the Dogs so far in the first half.
Coach Watson, I think he's about to blow a top. I guess I would be too. Hey, I've got some updates.
Clauser checks out. Parks comes in. Vikings trying to get the ball across half court. Dew kicks it over to the corner. Now back up top. Number 13 for the Vikings, that's Starks. Tries to drive the lane, misses the lay. And the Bulldogs almost turn the ball over and actually do now. And Womack going up for 2, and that's going to be good. Extends the Viking lead to 10. Under a minute left to go in the first half. Purdue going up for 2 for the Dogs. Finds it and will go to the line for an and 1 on the foul.
Got to have this shot right here. I'll be honest with you. That's a 3-point swing. We need it. With 42 seconds left here in the first half, Bulldogs have been down the whole game. They've been down the whole game. Vikings scored first and has stayed on top. We've got some football scores coming in. Nice. We needed that.
Purdue able to make the 3-point play. Cuts the Viking lead to 6. 27-21 Vikings. 36 seconds left and counting. Vikings with the ball across half court. They're going to try a corner 3, and that's going to miss the mark. Air ball. Parks with the rebound for the Dogs. Taking it across half court is Parks. 20 seconds left to go on the game clock.
Hold it for the last shot.
I would imagine, but Parks is driving the lane, has different ideas, and his pull-up jumper comes up short. Now with 10 seconds left, the Vikings quickly down the floor, turn that ball over, finds all alone Jones, and Jones is going to put it in with a dunk, and that'll end the first half. Vikings on top, 27-23.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been vested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
Hey football fans, it's Greg Watson here. You know, the thing about playing a rookie in the most important games is you can expect maximum effort and maximum appreciation for the playing time. Well, I'm your rookie realtor, well coached by the most knowledgeable and experienced people in town at Till & Waters. But with rookie commitment, rookie energy, dedication, and eagerness to give it my all and to get us both real estate wins. Whenever you're considering buying or selling real estate, I hope you would think of Greg Watson. Go to gregwatsonrealestate.com for all the listings in your area.
Tradition is where our roots are planted. From humble beginnings based on affordable, trustworthy service, Brackney Funeral Service has grown into a reliable resource your family can depend on. Rooted in our traditions, we stay firmly connected to the families we serve and the care we provide. We continue serving all faiths and families in the only way we know how, by staying true to our heritage. Brackney Funeral Service is locally owned and operated by Terry Brackney, Highway 90 East in Crestview. Call 683-9898.
Aaron Campbell Construction has been in business since 1998. If you need a roof replacement or a new roof on your commercial or residential property, give Farron Campbell Construction a call at 850-826-0810. You can also follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Farron Campbell Construction for all your roofing needs.
Well, if you haven't heard by now, we have a paintball tank park. It's the only thing like it in this part of the country. You heard me right. Tank park. Get in a tank, shoot paintballs. This is a great opportunity for the whole family, for groups. You want to do team building? Take them out to Baker and climb in a tank and shoot paintballs. Birthday party, shoot paintballs. Get in a tank and have some fun. Go to their Facebook page and book an appointment at Oddball Tactics.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
Listen up. Do you need a new roof? Do you need roof repair? Well, I have a company just for you, CQ Roofing. Hometown roofer since 1999. They're state licensed and insured. Chris Poirier, the owner, is born and raised right here in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years, specializing in shingles and metal. Give them a call, 850-683-4169, or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
We are back here at the Vikings Gymnasium. The Vikings are up 27-23. About 5 minutes left before we start the third quarter. They're having all sorts of halftime shows. That's why we found out why that the gym was packed. I don't want to say packed, but a great crowd, because they had a bunch of little leaguers coming in here doing the cheer and whatnot. Well, look at here. Sweaty sent us some scores, if you can hear me. I can't hear myself, I can tell you that right now. I don't know if I need to get closer and turn it down a little bit. Buckholtz is losing in the semifinals to Venice 28-7. Buckholtz beat the Bulldogs pretty handedly a couple weeks ago. Has that been 2 weeks now or 3?
Yeah, 2 weeks, I believe.
And Northview right now is up over Lake Butler 14-0. Lake Butler, by the way, came in the restaurant and ate lunch, and they were some pretty big kids. I hadn't had a chance to see. Actually, I told you Bluntstown's already beat Sneeze. They're playing Hawthorne, and Hawthorne is beating Bluntstown at halftime 21-0. Hawthorne's the team, I think 2 or 3 years ago, that played Baker in the state championship, and Baker beat them. Union County has scored 3 points now, Sweaty. Northview up still 14-3. We're talking football, because we have a couple of teams left, it looks like, playing.
I think
Bulldogs
we just lost the majority of our crowd.
I think we did. Yeah. Let me show you real quick. Like if you're on YouTube, you can see them trying to pile out. So that was our crowd. They were waiting to perform at halftime. They were letting the little girls,
little dance
and cheerleading squads or whatever they were in the city program come out tonight at halftime and give us some, let them do their. And so,
looks like a max.
I mean, it looks like a max.
An evacuation.
Yeah, really does. Bulldogs, what do they got to do, Coach McSween? 27-23. They're down only by surprisingly 4 points. It got as bad as 10, didn't it?
It did get to 10.
But it stayed 8, 7, 6 almost the whole night, and here it is 4. What
do we have to do different to get up and stay up?
Well, it really starts with handling the press a little better.
Right.
We haven't had as many turnovers tonight, but finding some better shots offensively and then defensively. Really, the three hasn't really hurt us that much.
It hasn't. They hit a couple early, I think.
They hit a couple early, but they've really been able to drive the lane and get some buckets inside. So
I'm assuming as the games go on and practices go on, the free throws will come, I hope.
Yeah, I think both sides have missed their free throws.
Yeah.
I don't know we don't have stats sitting in front of us, but
no.
Both teams have.
They're below 50%.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Bulldogs are cruising at about 30 right now, 30% on their free throws, and Tuesday night was pretty bad, and they just haven't been able to connect too many free throws. Although we've gotten to the line, if we connected 2/3 of our free throws, we'd be up by 6.
And
probably.
really, that might be what this game comes down to. If Fort Walton continues to press, they're going to most likely get in foul trouble again.
That's right. That's exactly
right. If we can start hitting them down the stretch, that's going to be maybe the indicator of whether or not the Dogs come out on top tonight.
I think that is a big key for the Bulldogs is if they go to the free throw line early, 7 for 1 and 10 for 2? Yep. So I believe Bulldogs was in bonus at the end of the first quarter, wasn't they? Or the beginning of the second quarter?
They were very close to bonus at the end of the first.
Yeah, and then double bonus there at the end. So, like you said, if the press continues, which I don't see why it shouldn't.
No.
I would press, and if I was the Bulldogs, maybe Coach Watson will look at doing a little bit more pressing maybe this half, maybe pacing the guys. When you press, if you press all game, you better be in good shape. You better have some good subs.
And I think that's why you haven't seen a lot of pressing from us is because we're not really in basketball shape yet.
Right. Some of our starters are football, and he said they've had about 3 or 4 practices under their belt. Just one game. This is the 4th game for the Vikings. And we've got we're playing in our 2nd game right now. Next week we have 3 games. Pensacola, Pace, and Niceville. We'll be covering the Pace and Niceville game. And we're about to have the start of the 3rd quarter. Appreciate all of our sponsors. Picked up a new sponsor. Check this out. Oddball Tactics.
Mercy.
Out in Baker. You get in a tank. He showed me. I got the brochure in the car.
You do what?
You get in a tank. It's a one-man tank, and you drive it. It's like a zero turn. You put the shield over you, and you go around shooting paint, and he's got like 3 fields. It's awesome.
My goodness.
I've never seen nothing like it before. He's got 8 tanks.
You want to talk about a birthday party idea for a little kid?
Absolutely. I think it's 10 and up.
Then we hit Jones on the backdoor cut for 2. Dogs already cut into that Viking lead. Vikings lead now 2. And let me get our roster back up here. Vikings setting up offensive play. Going to turn that ball over. That's Jones on the steal, and they're going to take it the distance for 2.
My goodness.
So right off the bat, the Bulldogs able to tie this thing at 27. Thompson with the ball for the Vikings. Going to pass that off to Evans. Evans tries to find the floater and is going to find a late foul call. I mean, almost after the ball had come to the ground on the missed layup.
Yeah.
Anyway, Evans will go to the line to shoot 2.
Bulldogs, like you said, just tied it up just like that, making 2 quick baskets. Let's see if the Bulldogs can get on a roll here. First shot. Good. Who was that at the line? Evans. He's averaging about 12 points a game in the 3 games previous to this one.
Evans misses the second one, rebounded by Carson for the Dogs. Gives it up to Purdue. Purdue back over to Big Mike, and he's going to try to find Stewart on the backdoor cut. And the Vikings will get called with a foul. That's Thompson on the foul for the Vikings. Bulldogs will inbound it from underneath their own basket. Stewart trying to find Jones over in the corner. Jones drives the baseline. Unable to connect on the floater. Vikings quickly down the floor.
There we go.
The layup is no good. The Bulldogs right back. That's Jones. Carson on the assist. And the Dogs now find themselves only down one. Vikings 28, Bulldogs 27 with 6:44 left to go in the third.
I don't know why I had that backwards on my screen, but I thought the Bulldogs had just went up, and I was looking, I was like, wow, we just went up, but no, I had it wrong. Sorry about that.
Well, they just updated the scoreboard, so now it's.
I thought we was up by one. Yeah.
Bulldogs
I had
29,
it.
Vikings 28. Well,
your
scoreboard operator
guy
is
dropping,
killing us.
Killing you. I'm
killing us. Killing us.
Well, there's 3 or 4 really big games tomorrow on TV. LSU, Georgia. Georgia, simple, right? How about Michigan and Purdue? That could be a good game.
Vikings inbound the ball. Kick it over to the left wing. Working the ball around the perimeter on a little, now up for 3. That ball's going to miss the mark, Rebounded by Carson of the Dogs. Gives it up to number 11, Jones. Jones over to Parks on the far wing. Over to Stewart. Stewart works the ball into Big Mike, and Big Mike is going to get his shot blocked by Evans for the Vikings. Evans takes it the length of the court and
jump.
As Carson was trying to take the ball away, I believe they called a jump ball. So the Vikings will inbound it underneath their own basket.
Little substitution or something going on here? No, they're getting a mop out.
Yep.
Somebody got the court wet. Getting the cleanup taken care of. Yeah, but how about climbing in a tank and shooting paintball? Man, you want to talk about fun.
Yeah.
It goes 20 miles an hour. Tank.
Vikings get the ball inbounded to Evans at the top of the key. Evans gives the ball up. Vikings holding the ball now. That's Russian Shack at the top of the key for the Vikings. Gives it up to Evans, back over to Evans, at the top of the key. They're just kind of running a little dribble drive. Now kicks it to the corner for 3, and that ball is going to come up short. Rebounded by the Vikings, though. Back over to Evans, and Evans going to go up, and they're going to call that shot off. And on the floor.
Say it was on the floor?
Yeah.
Wow. First of all, when you've got 3-1, you've got to get the rebound.
Yeah.
You had one little Fort Walton guy there, short, and you've got Big Mike down there and a couple other guys. You've got to get the rebound when you're out manning them 3-1 under the basket.
Phillips checks in for Parks for the Dogs. Vikings get the ball inbounded. And they are with the ball at the top of the key trying to find a backdoor cutter. Evans going to fire for 3. Ball goes in and out. Rebounded by Jones. Jones is going to try to go all the way, throw it all the way across court to Big Mike, and the ball is going to go out on Big Mike, out of bounds. The Vikings will take over. Crestview setting up in a little bit of a soft man press. Now they're going to try to come up, and they're going to get the Vikings on a double dribble.
Hey.
So the Bulldogs will take over.
I think that early in the season, pressing is really viable because, you just hadn't seen it a lot yet. You hadn't had a chance to. You probably don't practice it a lot. Do you practice at it?
Yeah.
Practice or something, do you?
Oh, yeah. Get the ball inbounded to Jones. Jones over to Purdue. Over here on the near wing. Back over to Jones. Jones pulls up for a long 2. Ball's going to come just short. Rebounded by Purdue. gives it back to Jones. Jones driving, and they're going to call another charge on the Bulldogs.
And I don't see Coach Watson arguing a lot on these charges.
No.
So Bulldogs are up 29-28. There is a time. No, I want to say timeout, but Watson's on the floor, but I don't know if there's a timeout.
They got some.
We've got wetness.
Wet on water or sweat or something on the floor.
29-28. Bulldogs are on top of the Vikings. 4:55 left here in the third quarter, and both teams have 2 fouls right now. 2 fouls.
Bulldogs on the press again, trying to find another turnover. Vikings able to get the ball across half court. Now trying to slow it down, setting up some offense. And they're going to find a corner 3, and that ball is going to find the mark. Puts the Vikings back on top by 2. 31-29 Vikings. Stewart with the ball now. We're going to give it over to Jones on the far wing. Back to Purdue. And now we're going to try to find Jones down low, and they're going to call a jump ball.
What?
So, and that will stay with the Dogs. So the Dogs will inbound it beneath their own basket.
I will say, Coach Washington's really a lot calmer tonight. Maybe it's because, who knows?
Stewart gets the ball inbounded to Jones. Jones for 3, and that is good. Bulldogs back on top by 1.
Answered that 3-point shot.
Vikings driving baseline, dishes it off to Evans. Blocked by Big Mike. Gets his own putback and able to find the putback. Evans with the 2. Puts the Vikings back on top by 1. Bulldogs able to break the press. Stewart driving to the hole. Tries to dish it off to Carson at the block. Unable to handle the pass. Goes out of bounds. Vikings take over.
If you're watching YouTube, you might see a little shake, rattle, and roll on the camera because we're set up here in the stands and we've got fans that are excited. So bear with us on that.
Vikings break the press. And
double.
Number 13 for the Vikings, that's Starks, called for double dribble.
There you are. I just got you.
3:47 left to go in the third. Bulldogs down 33-32.
I think Tuesday night's game was 67-61. So I don't know if they're going to reach that mark tonight. Of course, there was 5-minute overtime, excuse me.
And Johnson with the ball for the Dogs at the top of the key. Going to get a screen, tried the pick and roll, not there. Johnson with the ball once again, setting it up again. Phillips now trying to find Jones over in the corner. Post entry to Knox. Knox able to find 2 down low, puts the Dogs back up 1. The Vikings across half court. Layup's no good. Bulldogs on the fast break. Stewart trying to take it all away, and he's going to get blocked from behind and shoot for 2.
34-33. Bulldogs, like Corey said, just went on top, and they have a chance to extend it. Is this their second time leading, I think?
Yep, second time. Both by a point, I believe. Or I think we were up 2 at one point. And the first free throw is off the mark by Stewart. Keeps in tune for the early part of the year.
Keep that 20% going. Good. Jeez. We talked about it at the lunch table. Now, here we are, a bunch of 50-year-olds. We think we can do 50% cold.
Free throws?
Yeah. What you think, 50%, 40%? I'll take 40 right now, straight up.
If you practice.
Well, I don't think I got to practice to hit.
You don't think you got to practice to hit 50?
To hit 4 out of 10? Nah.
Stewart finds the second one. Extends the Bulldog lead to 2. And the ball is turned over. A nice hustle play by Stewart, able to strip the Vikings player. Jones with a putback extends the Bulldog lead to 4. Vikings now with the ball across half court. Evans going to fire for 3, and that ball is good. So another 3-point falls for the Vikings. Bulldogs still on top, 37-36, 2:19 and counting left to go in the third. Almost taken away by the Vikings. Knox with the ball down low, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson going to try for a long 2 off the mark, rebounded by Stewart. Stewart going to fire from 3.
Goodness, air ball.
Air ball, woefully short. And the Vikings get this another turnover, and now are going to get this with another foul. So Bulldogs ball here, about $1:52 left to go in the third.
Bulldogs going to take it out on the near side. Their basket, if you're listening in on the radio, is on the left side of the court. I guess for Tommy that would be right to left.
Yep.
They're trying to score, right? Yep.
Inbound to Johnson. Johnson finds Knox.
And one.
And gets the and one. Goes up strong, gets fouled, goes to the line to shoot 1.
39-36 now. The Bulldogs can get to 40 and try to get that 4-point lead. See if they can get it here.
And Knox able to knock it down. Bulldogs stay in the press. Vikings across half court. Picks up his dribble and almost turned over on the pass. And now will be turned over on the pass. Closser with the steal. Johnson driving into the paint. Goes up and another and one for the Dogs. So Johnson finds the and one, and he'll go to the line to try to make this a 3-point play.
Dusty said they're headed somewhere. They just saw it. Said it sounds good, looks good, everything sounds good. That's good. Starting Christmas early. They've always started Christmas early. I'll never forget the story he told me about his son one time. I'll have to tell it here in a minute.
Johnson knocks down the free throw, brings the score Dogs 43, Vikings 46. Stoppage momentarily for a Viking sub. Evans is going to go get him a breather with 1:30 left to go.
We got a water break? What's going on here?
In the third quarter.
Did they do water breaking?
They just did a substitution.
Oh, okay.
Bulldogs trying to trap. Vikings break it. And Bulldog defense putting on some serious pressure now.
Yes, they are.
And force yet another Viking turnover.
That's what I was wondering if he was saving it for second half. Like you said, they just don't have their sea legs yet or their basketball legs because of the practices, the lack of practices, and now they're turning up the heat just a little bit. 43-36 with 1:14 in the third quarter.
Knox with the ball at the top of the key. Got to give it off to Jones. Jones looking to set up a play here. Vikings still in man defense. Johnson with the ball now, looking. Finds Jones on the near wing. Jones is going to put up the three. Going to miss the mark. Rebounded, though, by Phillips. Phillips back over to Johnson, and Johnson tries to find Big Mike down low. Unable to handle the pass. Goes off of Carson out of bounds. Vikings the ball.
Crestview fans have hung in here.
Bulldogs stay on that press. And that's a nice turnover by Clausen. Jones is going to get fouled. And I believe that's going to be on the floor. They might call that a shooting foul. They're going to send him to the line.
Got to. I was going to say, jeez.
So Jones will shoot 2.
40 seconds left here in the third quarter. 43-36, trying to extend the lead. Jones, returning last year, one of our good top scorers.
And he'll hit the first one. That's about 4 or 5 in a row for the Dogs.
It is. Turning things around. The press, I think momentum itself shifted, and it went the Bulldogs' way, and everything from the free throws, from shooting to not turning the ball over to getting turnovers have shifted dramatically to the Bulldogs.
Fort Walton has really sped up. And what I mean by that is they're not very settled offensively right now, and they're kind of making some poor decisions, obviously, and that's about 2 or 3 turnovers in a row for them.
Yep.
Jones makes both, extends the Bulldog lead to 9, and Jones will go over and get himself a breather with 40 seconds left to go in the third.
Has anybody called a timeout? Nobody.
Let's not. Let's keep it that way.
I agree. I agree.
The Vikings break the press.
Uh-oh.
Just to turn it over once again. Johnson with the ball.
I'm telling you, it's like we've got another team out here for the Bulldogs from first.
And
Well, there. I
as
shouldn't
soon
have
as
said
you say that.
I just jinxed them. They threw the ball out of bounds. Well, through the hands.
Yeah, Johnson tried to find Clausen over there on the far side and hit him in the wrong spot, right in the hands.
Press, Bulldogs sort of stayed in a soft press.
20 seconds left to go in the third. Looks like the Vikings might set up for the last shot of the quarter. And they're keeping the ball.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Out.
Try to stop
6
the bleeding.
5 seconds now. And we're going to have a corner three to end the third quarter, and that ball's going to miss the mark. So going into the fourth, Bulldogs on top, 45-36.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been vested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
And we are back, and they are going crazy over here. And that DJ had them rocking and a rolling, splishing and a splashing, but it wasn't set in the 50s. I can just tell you right now.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
That's
right
why
there.
he gets paid the big bucks, get the fans involved. They were doing some kind of tribal thing. I don't know what it was.
Vikings with the ball to start off the fourth quarter. They're going to try to cut it into this Bulldog 9-point lead.
And they do.
And they are. Nice 2 points there by Russian Shack. I know I'm butchering that last name. I apologize if anybody of his family's listening. Johnson over to Phillips for the corner three for the Dogs. It's going to come up short. Phillips able to get his own rebound, though. Blackwell with the ball now, and he's going to try to make a nice move inside. Unable to get it to connect. The ball's going to go out of bounds on Carson. Vikings will take over here underneath the Bulldog basket. Bulldogs kind of softened up on the press a little bit to start off the fourth. Playing some good defense here in the second half.
Yes, they need to this whole quarter. They want
Vikings
to stay.
driving baseline, able to find another two. Cuts the Bulldog lead to 5. Dogs on top, 45-40. Johnson picks up his dribble, able to find Blackwell. Blackwell gets it across half court. And he's going to try to drive it, kicks it to Phillips over in the corner for 3. And that's going to miss the mark, and that is out on the Dogs. Vikings take over. And excuse me, that was Knox that was out on.
Well,
Carson-
just the
Carson
beginning
just
of
checked in.
beginning of this fourth quarter, 4 unanswered points for the Vikings.
And the Bulldogs are going to get back into that full court man press. They're going to try to trap him in the corner.
It is.
Still by Jones. Jones is going to lay it in, and they're going to go immediately back into the press, and almost stole it again by the Bulldogs. And we're going to pick up a foul. Jones is going to pick up a foul right around half court. Won't be a shooting foul. 6:41 left to go in the game. Dogs on top, 47-40. Vikings get the ball inbounded. That's somebody for the Vikings. Trying to work the ball down low. Number 11 for the Vikings goes up off the mark, rebounded by Jones. Jones going to get called for a double dribble on the Vikings side of the court. So the Vikings will take over right in front of their own bench. Gets the ball inbounded to Hintz. Hintz picks up his dribble, finds Evans. Evans lets it go for three. And that is good. Cuts the Bulldog lead to 4. Johnson gives it to Jones. Back to Johnson. Back to Jones, just kind of toying with this Viking press. Jones is trying to they try to trap Jones in the corner, unsuccessful. They kick it out to Blackwell for the corner 3. That finds the mark, extends the Bulldog lead to 7. And they jump immediately back into the press. This time, the Vikings able to break it. Slowing it back down now are the Vikings. 5:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs on top by 7. Hintz with the ball, back to Evans. Evans at the top of the key for another 3. And right at the top of the key, finds another three-pointer. Cuts the Bulldog lead to 4. Jones trying to answer for 3, and that's going to come up just short. Goes out of bounds with 5:09 left. Bulldogs up still, but that lead has been cut to 4, 50-46.
Bulldogs playing so different from the first half.
Vikings able to break the press. Hits for
Easy.
2, finds it. Cuts the Bulldog lead to 2.
My goodness, that was an
And
easy layup.
All of a sudden, that 9-point lead has evaporated for the Dogs very early here in the fourth quarter. Jones with the ball, driving towards the basket, pulls up for the floater, knocks it down, and we're going to have a timeout by the Dogs, a 30-second timeout with 4:42 left to go here in the game. Bulldogs on top, 52-48.
I was wondering when he was going to get a timeout. Like you said, what was it, 9? We got up by 9?
Yep.
Now, we were down by 10, so there's been a 19-point high and low swing for the Bulldogs. Game changed completely, like you said. And what would we have to do? Exactly this right here. Handle the press a little better.
Yep.
Press some ourselves, make our shots. Now, Fort Walton has gotten right back in it. A couple threes, and that last one was an easy layup for the Vikings. So let's see. Do you think they'll continue to press?
Oh, yeah.
Because
they've got good pressure.
I'm talking about the Bulldogs. Press.
Yes,
Okay. So they have been able to break the press a couple times.
Yeah, but I think they've gotten, 4 or 5 turnovers on it.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
And they've only got 14 fouls right now. So feeling pretty confident with the press as they are right now. And they're trapping the guy in the far corner. And we're going to get another turnover by Jones. Intercepts the pass. Tries to find Stewart underneath the basket. Stewart back over to Blackwell. And for Blackwell laid in for 2. Bulldogs jump right back into the press. And we're going to have another timeout, this time called by the Vikings, as his man was fixing to get trapped again.
Looks like a full.
4:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. They haven't signaled yet. And it's going to be a full timeout by the Vikings.
We'll be right back.
Hey football fans, it's Greg Watson here. You know, the thing about playing a rookie in the most important games is you can expect maximum effort and maximum appreciation for the playing time. Well, I'm your rookie realtor, well coached by the most knowledgeable and experienced people in town at Till & Waters. but with rookie commitment, rookie energy, dedication, and eagerness to give it my all and to get us both real estate wins. Whenever you're considering buying or selling real estate, I hope you would think of Greg Watson. Go to gregwatsonrealestate.com for all the listings in your area.
Tradition is where our roots are planted. From humble beginnings based on affordable, trustworthy service, Brackney Funeral Service has grown into a reliable resource your family can depend on. Rooted in our traditions, we stay firmly connected to the families we serve and the care we provide. We continue serving all faiths and families in the only way we know how, by staying true to our heritage. Brackney Funeral Service is locally owned and operated by Terry Brackney, Highway 90 East in Crestview. Call 683-9898.
Vikings inbound the ball with 4:20 and counting left to go in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs on top 54-48. Vikings trying to set up a play, driving a baseline, and finding two is number 4 for the Vikings. That's Russian Shack. Bulldogs inbound the ball. Stewart takes it across half court, finds Blackwell on the near wing for 3, no good. Rebounded by Jones, unable to get it back into a Bulldog player. Evans on the fast break finds 2, cuts the Bulldog lead to 2. 3:50 left to go and counting. Stewart now with the ball on the far side of the court, slowing things down, setting up a play. Knox over to Stewart. Stewart for 3, off the mark, rebounded by the Vikings. And the Vikings quickly back in transition. That's Russian Shack. Russian Shack misses the 2, but rebounded by Evans for the Vikings and able to put that ball back in. Ties the game at 54. Johnson is going to get fouled on his way to a layup, so Johnson of the Dogs will go to shoot for 2 to try to get the Bulldogs the lead back with 3:17 left to go in the fourth.
Wow, some exciting basketball here to wrap this quarter up with only 3 minutes left. Could we be going into another overtime, Corey? Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Johnson able to knock down his first one. Bulldogs back on top by 1, 55-54.
Wow. Vikings with a game plan there when they took that timeout and got back in this ball game. And just some, and here we are sitting at, I didn't think we'd get to the 60s, but we're knocking on the door.
Johnson knocks down both of them. Bulldog lead goes to 2. Back on the press are the Dogs. And that ball is going to be stripped by Stewart, but knocked out of bounds by Stewart. And the Vikings will try to inbound this thing again underneath the Bulldog basket. Gets the ball inbounded, but it's trapped. And he's going to jump and throw it off a Bulldog defender. So once again, the Vikings set up now on the near side of the court. Bulldogs stay in the press. They get it inbounded once again. And once again, the Viking gonna have to pick up his dribble. Duke finally get it across half court. Russian Shack tries to lay it up, no good. Bulldogs rebound by Stewart. Johnson taking it across half court now for the Dogs.
I'll tell you, a second chance for the Vikings has really gotten them in the game.
Johnson going to get called for a charge going into the basket. And I've never seen this many charges in one game.
I've never seen it in my life.
They must do a really good job of teaching that.
They must.
That's 4 or 5.
I'm going to talk to Watson about that too. I'd like to know what his thoughts about that is. Bulldogs pressing with 2:48 left here in the ball game. 56-54. Bulldogs on top over the Vikings.
And they're getting some
wiping up the spit on the court. Or sweat.
I would hope it's sweat.
I didn't mean that. I just
it reminded me of Space Jam with the spit shine. Spit shine, you remember that?
I didn't watch that movie.
What?
Space Jam, that
Come
was,
on, man.
Y'all cute. That was, I didn't see that.
Was 98,
That's
99,
cartoon
97.
and real people. I couldn't.
Michael Jordan in it.
I know. I just couldn't get into it.
Come
sorry.
on, man.
Come on. Either give me a cartoon or give me the real thing. I don't want to watch both.
Vikings across half court. 2:40 and counting left. Dogs up by 2. Evans again in the corner for 3. Misses the mark that time. Rebounded by Jones. Jones gives it up to Stewart. Stewart gets it across half court. Stewart drives, floater, connects. Bulldogs lead now 58-54, 2:20 and counting left to go. Bulldogs still pressing, and Stewart is going to pick up a foul on the press. That's the Bulldogs' 6th team foul.
One more for bonus. Bulldogs are in bonus to shoot, and Vikings need one more before they go to the line.
The Bulldogs are in 1-1 as it stands. Vikings taking the ball across half court. That's Russenschak. Russenschak spins, drives in the lane, lays it off the glass, and that's good. And FortWalton is going to call a timeout now with 2:06 left to go in the fourth. Crestview on top 58-56, and that is a full timeout.
Barron Campbell Construction has been in business since 1998. If you need a roof replacement or a new roof on your commercial or residential property, give Farron Campbell Construction a call at 850-826-0810. You can also follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Farron Campbell Construction for all your roofing needs.
Well, if you haven't heard by now, we have a paintball tank park. It's the only thing like it in this part of the country. You heard me right. Tank park. Get in a tank, shoot paintballs. This is a great opportunity for the whole family, for groups. You want to do team building, take them out to Baker and climb in a tank and shoot paintballs. Birthday party, shoot paintballs. Get in a tank and have some fun. Go to their Facebook page and book an appointment at Oddball Tactics. And we are back. Score is 58-56. The Bulldogs on top. 2:06 left here in regulation. I say that hesitantly. You know what I'm saying?
Will we go 2 for 2 with overtime games?
Wow.
Hope not.
Bulldogs go the length of the court. They'll take it out on Viking side. It'll have to go all the way down. Let's see how they press them. Looks like a soft press here, huh?
Stewart with the ball across half court for the Dogs. They're going to try to trap him over here in the corner, unable to do so. He's going to drive the lane. Nothing there. Kicks it back out. Now back over to him in the far wing. And they try to run a little give and go down low. Stolen by the Vikings. And that's the Russenschak taking it the distance once again. Lays it in for 2. Ties the game at 58. A minute and 30 left to go in the fourth quarter. Stewart with the ball on the wrong side of the court. Finds Jones. Jones is going to pick up a foul. Evans is going to pick up a foul on Jones, and Jones should go to the line for 1-1.
Yeah. That one guy that just made the free throw, the layup, he has made 4 or 5 layups wide open as he drives the lane. A nice move. He's got a nice move, but have we ever learned how to pick up a charge? Have we even got a charge?
Jones finds the first one, so he'll shoot again. Gives the Bulldog a 59-58 lead with 1:26 left to go in the fourth. Knox is going to check in for the Dogs.
Tad's going to sit down, Tad Foley. 1:26 left in the ball game. Bulldogs up by 1, 59-58. Big game down here for FortWalton tonight.
Jones able to connect on the second one, extends the Bulldog lead to 2. FortWalton quickly gets the ball in now and will break the Bulldog press across half court. He gives it to Russenschak. It's been the Russenschak and Evans show for the Vikings so far in this, especially in this second half of play. Russenschak drives the lane once again, and he's going to get fouled as he goes into the lane. And I do not think
this is the last one. They'll have to take it out. This is the last time they'll take it out.
That is not a shooting foul, so no, they're going to send him to the line.
What? Was they in bonus?
They're talking about it. Yep, he's going to shoot.
I didn't know they was in bonus.
Minton.
Oh yes, that's the number 7. I see it now. You're correct. 1-1.
And the first attempt is in and out, rebounded by Carson for the Dogs. Johnson with the ball now for the Dogs, trying to work the ball across half court, and he will. Under a minute left to go in the game. Bulldogs up by 2, and Johnson is going to get Well, before he can get fouled, the Dogs are going to call a full timeout with 51 seconds left. Dogs on top, 60 to 58.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
Back here with about 51 seconds left in the ball game. Bulldogs have the ball. They're up by 2. They'll be taking it out on the side at half court.
That's Johnson taking the ball in for the Dogs. He's still looking for a Bulldog player, and he finally finds Blackwell. Blackwell brings it across half court. Back over to Johnson. Johnson over to Jones.
Going to hold it
and
make him foul.
Carson to Stewart at the top of the key, and they are going to try to make the Vikings foul them.
Absolutely. This is the best thing right here.
28 seconds left to go in the game, and they're going to foul
the big guy.
Knox. Evans is going to foul Knox and send Knox to the line.
They waited for the right guy to foul, I think. Knox hadn't knocked any down tonight. So this is where we need it right here, Big Knox. Is it 2 or what? Nope, still 1. It's 1 and 1.
Got 1 and 1.
I'm surprised we only
26.3 seconds left to go on the game clock.
What's your thoughts about only having one guy for a rebound? Are we saying that, does that tell Knox that we're expecting you to make it, and does it give him confidence probably? Because there's we got 3 guys now. We're sliding the guy in there. What is the haberdashery going on here?
No idea what's going on.
I don't know. I just got here. Goodness. Appreciate everybody tuned in, sharing, liking, being on the radio tonight. Don't you love basketball?
Finally with the ball now, and he's going to knock down the first one. Now this second one here would make it a 2-possession game, or should, unless we foul him on a 3-pointer. With 26 seconds,
we better
26
not.
seconds left to go in the third, or fourth of the game, excuse me. And Knox able to find it. 2 big free throws that time by Knox.
Wow.
And the Dogs will call a timeout to set up their defense. With 26 seconds left, Dogs on top, 62-58.
62-58. Was that a 30 or a full?
Full.
We get it, full? We'll take a full shot right here.
Listen up. Do you need a new roof? Do you need roof repair? Well, I have a company just for you, CQ Roofing. Hometown roofer since 1999. They're state licensed and insured. Chris Poirier, the owner, is born and raised right here in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years, specializing in shingles and metal. Give them a call, 850-683-4169, or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique in Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
We're back here, 62-58. It is a 2-possession lead, 4-point lead. 26 seconds left in the ball game. Don't want to touch that dial. And we're going to play a zone or a man, no press.
20 seconds left to go. The Vikings trying to find a shot. Rustenshak drives the lane and is going to get fouled. He's going to miss the shot. 17.2 seconds left to go. He'll go to the line to shoot.
We cannot pick up a charge. We have not picked up one charge yet. They've called 6 or 7 charges. Either the Vikings know how to get a charge, because we have not got one charge pickup tonight. It's always been a foul.
We didn't get in front of him that time.
I know that. That's correct.
Rustenshak knocks down the first one, cuts the lead to 3.
I got kids jumping on the daggums. Ooh, you can't blame them.
No, they're trying to help the old dogs out.
Yeah, they are.
Rustenshak connects on the second one, and we're going to have a timeout by the Vikings.
Yep.
They cut the Bulldog lead to 2.
I don't think he's got a fool.
62-60.
I don't think he's got a. No,
this one is a
full
timeout.
We'll be right back.
2 seconds left.
We'll be right back.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been vested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
Hey football fans, it's Greg Watson here. You know, the thing about playing a rookie in the most important games is you can expect maximum effort and maximum appreciation for the playing time. Well, I'm your rookie realtor, well coached by the most knowledgeable and experienced people in town at Till & Waters. But with rookie commitment, rookie energy, dedication, and eagerness to give it my all and to get us both real estate wins. Whenever you're considering buying or selling real estate, I hope you would think of Greg Watson. Go to gregwatsonrealestate.com for all the listings in your area.
And we're back. It comes down to 17 seconds. Bulldogs up 62-60 over the Vikings. It has been back and forth second half. Vikings led all the first half, and the Bulldogs came out and erased that lead, and it's been back and forth all second half.
Johnson inbounds the ball to Stewart. They try to trap Stewart. Now Stewart's able to get the ball out of the trap over to Jones. 10 seconds left. Vikings still yet to foul. Over to Blackwell, and they still aren't fouling. 4 seconds left. Ball back over. Now with 1 second left, they're going to get a foul off on Phillips. That's pretty much going to end it.
That should end it. Well,
with barring a miracle.
You got to go to the line, shoot. If you make both of them, it's over.
Make both of them, it's over.
I mean, they're going to have to get the ball out very fast. Can they call a timeout after this shot?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
the clock will run. Will the clock start when they throw the ball inbounds? Right? Yes.
When they touch it.
If it's missed, so you miss it on purpose, right?
Are you talking about the shot?
Yeah, I'm talking about. Oh, here we go, right here. 0.9 seconds. We need one.
He gets 2 shots.
Oh,
First
he gets 2.
one's no good.
(62-60). It comes down to this last shot. Who is that on the line? Number 20.
And he's going to miss that pretty much on purpose.
Nope, he didn't get rid of it.
It's not going to get me.
The
Dogs
the
are going to
game.
hold on for the 62-60 victory.
We'll be right back with an interview with Coach Watson. Don't touch the dial.
Tradition is where our roots are planted. From humble beginnings based on affordable, trustworthy service, Brackney Funeral Service has grown into a reliable resource your family can depend on. Rooted in our traditions, we stay firmly connected to the families we serve and the care we provide. We continue serving all faiths and families in the only way we know how, by staying true to our heritage. Brackney Funeral Service is locally owned and operated by Terry Brackney, Highway 90 East in Crestview. Call 683-9898.
Aaron Campbell Construction has been in business since 1998. If you need a roof replacement or a new roof on your commercial or residential property, give Farron Campbell Construction a call at 850-826-0810. You can also follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Farron Campbell Construction for all your roofing needs.
Well, if you haven't heard by now, we have a paintball tank park. It's the only thing like it in this part of the country. You heard me right. Tank park. Get in a tank, shoot paintballs. This is a great opportunity for the whole family, for groups. You want to do team building, take them out to Baker and climb in a tank and shoot paintballs. Birthday party, shoot paintballs. Get in a tank and have some fun. Go to their Facebook page and book an appointment at Oddball Tactics.
We are back. We're going to get an interview with Coach Watson here in just a second. I'm trying to get him mic'd up. We'll get it here in just a second. Let's see. We're trying to get it. I tell you what, let's just get him right here. I can't get this portable mic. All right. We got him here right now. Let's see what we got here. All right, another heart attack tonight. I don't mind telling you. But I'm going to say this. You was as calm as I've ever seen you. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, it's because of my eye, man. I had surgery, so I'm trying my best to stay calm.
Well, look, it was night and day, first half, second half. What did you do at halftime? What was your thought process there in halftime talking to those guys?
Well, it's not that we played bad first half. We just looked like we didn't have any energy. We just looked lethargic. We looked like we didn't want to be here, and I just challenged them at halftime to, you only get so many high school games in your career, and, you're just going to let it slide by and just go by without caring and without giving effort. And, it was more about that kind of stuff. And
right.
We didn't change anything. It was what we were doing,
Okay.
I mean, we pressed a little more, which I thought affected them.
That's what we was talking about while y'all were in there.
I think that hurt them. And they made some threes. I mean, give them credit. We could have easily run away and won that game by 15, but they kept making shots, and some of it was my fault. I told us to back off 21 because he's driving it, and he hit 3 or 4 threes. So, it's hard to win on the road. Just like I told you the other day,
right.
a lot of teams, we're all pretty similar. Not in how we play, but as far as talent level.
Yeah.
So when you go on the road, especially early, like I told you guys,
right.
we ain't practiced a whole lot because of football.
Right.
So
you ain't got your basketball legs
we're
yet,
getting
right?
we're in close games, and that's how we did last year. We were in tons of close games, and it helped us, at the end of the year in the playoffs.
What was your thoughts about all the charges that Fort Walton was able to get, and we didn't get one?
Well, that's a call that's hard to make in a game of basketball. And, I try to get my guys to take charges because if you look, I mean, when referees call a charge, they make a scene. They put their arm around their head, and they, so I think they like calling it because it kind of gives them some attention. But, it's a bang-bang call. I mean, on the road, that's probably going to happen most of the time. You're not going to get the call that's going to go your way. But, I thought they were better than the other night's crew, but it's just part of it.
Yeah. There was a 19-point swing. We was down by 9 at one point, and we got up by 10. So 19 points from the high to low, and then the fourth quarter really was just exciting basketball. And like you said, the Vikings just kept themselves in it by making points, and the layup was there for that one kid.
Yeah,
he made like 4 in a row, right?
He was tough to guard. Yeah, number 3.
He had a little cutter.
Yeah, he's pretty athletic. We kind of let him get by us, and that we might have been a little tired. I'm gonna give my guys an excuse. I never do that, but.
When you win, you can give them a little bit of.
Well, we got to watch film. We got to clean stuff up. We got to watch film and see where we need to work on. I know help defense is what we talked about the other night, and tonight we help a little better and give up shots. So it's it's a double-edged sword.
But you saved your legs first half and pressed more second half.
I did. I tried to sub a lot in the first half too to kind of keep our guys fresh.
Right.
I thought Jalen Knox played a really good game.
Oh, he did.
He
hit the 2
throws.
big ones
Huge,
right there at the end.
He come on tonight.
That made it 4-point game.
Yeah,
right there.
that was some big shots.
That was huge.
And then if you remember back the other night, we did the exact same thing at the end of the game, spreading it out. But the other night we kept turning it over.
Yes.
And tonight we run the whole clock out. So
you sure did.
I give them credit. We worked on that for 30 minutes both days. So
that was really good.
That's some improvement on
Okay,
that.
next week you've got 3 games against some tough teams. You start out on Monday with PHS, then you got Pace and Niceville. What's your thoughts there?
It's going to be a tough week. All games on the road. Not a lot of practice time. So we're going to kind of see where we're at for sure next week. PHS is always tough. They're always long and athletic.
Yep.
At Pace is always super tough. And then at Niceville, I mean, that's the big rival game. So that's, I mean, it's going to be a tough week. If we can go 2-1, I'll take it.
I'll take it. Well, listen, great game. You just got to be, again, the diversity that they faced first half to change it to flip. I mean, totally flip it second half. They come out of it really good.
Yeah,
right?
It was a good high school game to watch. I mean, it's been 2 good ones. So.
It has. Appreciate it, Coach. We'll see you next
Thank
week.
y'all.
All right, guys, that is it. We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to send it back to the station. Bulldogs win a close one in an exciting game, 62-60. Good night. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you. We won't carry the Monday game, but we'll carry the Thursday and Friday game against Pace and Niceville. Good night, and have a good weekend.